I am so happy to have a dear friend of mine, Master Farid Tabrizy. Now, you may not know him. That's why I like to take this opportunity to introduce him to you. Now, I want to find out some things that I don't know. I know him as a master martial artist, renowned ability. What's the highest rank that you achieved?
9th degree.
9th degree. And what style?
Shaolin Kempo.
Shaolin Kempo, 9th degree. So when I say master for the Tabrizy, then you know why. I've known him for many years, and he doesn't look a day older than the last time I seen him, which was about 15 years ago. He still looks sound. I don't know what he's doing, but I want it, whatever it is. If he could bottle it and get me some of it, I'll take some. Whatever the hell he's doing, I want to do the same thing. So I know about the martial artists. We're going to talk about that a little bit later. But first, I want to know about what I don't know about, and that's Master Farid, the man. I went, where'd you come from? How'd you get started? Where were you born? I want to know that kind of stuff. Okay. And I want them to know. So.
Okay. I was born in Iran, in capital in Tehran, and I'm the youngest son. And I was very fortunate when it came to me. I was the last one. My mom and my dad has given me tremendous amount of love. So I have always had that. Mm-hmm. And I always was doing things, and I was thinking about what can I do different. And I started martial arts early on age. Very early on age back home. I loved it, but I was doing other stuff. Swimming, I was in swimming track, and basketball. Actually, in basketball, I was really good. I got in a junior team of Tehran, but one day the coach pulled me to the side and said, listen, you're fantastic, you're hard, your technique, all of that, but you are really short. You're not gonna make it. I go, oh, okay, thanks. And that was it.
Wow.
That was the part that I had, like, I would go through a thing, but I didn't have a lot of emotions and feelings about it. I would take them as a fact.
Uh-huh.
Wow. And so I did that, and then when the revolution took place, in fact.
What year?
That was 1979 revolution took place. Uh-huh. But my brothers, they already left, they were in America before that. And I was supposed to come here when I was a teenager. Mm-hmm. The day that it was my day to go to American embassy to get my visa, that was the hostages time.
Right.
And I lost that opportunity, and I had to stay, and I couldn't leave.
Right.
And because of that, and in Iran, if you want to leave the country after age 16, you have to go to military. Mm-hmm. So I had to go to military during the war with Iraq. Uh-huh. And I survived.
Yeah.
And then finally I made it work, and then in 1983 I left and I went to Germany to get a visa, come to America.
Wow, what part of Germany?
Munich.
Okay.
And again, I was very naive. So I go there in American embassy, I had a date, I had an attorney, my brothers, to set it up. I walk in there, they talk to me, and then they go, yeah, we're not gonna give you a visa.
Wow.
Refuse. And I was like shocked. I felt like, oh, I'm just here to say hello. They're gonna give me a visa.
Yeah, yeah.
So I tried many different things. I didn't make it. And finally I said, well, this is a beautiful place. Why don't I just stay here? So I went back to school. I started learning languages and just doing my thing. And I just lived there, and I had a fantastic time.
Wow. How long did you live there?
I was there for 3 years.
Okay.
And then 1986, there was opportunity, I got a visa.
Wow.
So I came, and then I started my journey that I've been waiting for in America.
Man.
It's always my dream.
In 1986, you got
1986.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's funny, man. Our paths are sort of similar. I was in the Army after only 76. Spent 3 years in Germany. That's where I actually went part. Wow. And I came back to the States after my tour was up. And during the whole conflict. I was in Germany also. So
You were in North Germany, right?
yes, I was in Frankfurt.
Frank-
Yeah. So yes.
Because one time I was traveling in Frankfurt, and I would see this city, everywhere says to go.
Yeah.
But in German, we don't read that to go, we read to go.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I'm like, what does that mean? So I stopped by, I go, what is this? Go, well, this is for food to take out in English.
Yes. Right.
Oh,
In English, that's
I
right.
learned that.
Absolutely right. Yeah, that's right. So I love Germany also. I had a great time while I was over there. So, Reed in the States, where did you live when you first got here?
first when I got here, I lived in Westminster.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
And then from there, several months I was staying with one of my brother, and then I moved to Huntington Beach.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Nice. Both are not bad cities
Not
to live
bad,
in.
yeah.
Not bad cities to live in. Pretty
Yeah.
nice. Huntington
Yeah.
Beach. But when I met you, you were in Whittier, right?
I didn't live. We met in Whittier.
Yes, but you didn't live in Whittier.
No.
Okay.
I live in Long Beach,
Oh, really?
Belmont Shore.
No.
Yeah.
That's where you live?
I lived in Belmont Shore for years,
Uh-huh.
and then moved to Aliso Viejo, and then went to South Orange County.
Wow. I didn't. So you were living in Belmont Shore when I met you?
Oh, when we met, actually, we met 2014, 15.
Yeah, somewhere around.
No,
Yeah, before that.
4, 5.
Yeah,
2004,
yeah.
5.
Yeah.
No, at that time I lived in Aliso Viejo.
Okay. Yeah.
Aliso Viejo, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you drive all the way over there to train?
Oh, because I used to work in Car Culture Enterprises,
Okay.
corporate office of Cars Jr.
Oh,
I was
okay.
the HR, and so I used to come from there like once a week.
Yeah.
sometimes
I would
twice.
see. Yeah, I would see it. I say I once seen you in a martial arts demonstration,
Yes.
and he's the master. I seen him smashing concrete and doing all kind of incredible stuff. So let's pick up martial arts. Now, you say you started studying when you were very young, and you continued your studies when you got to the United States?
I continue in Germany
Okay.
because I had a cousin who was a master there. So
Oh, okay.
literally, I arrived, I started it over there. And then I came here, continue. I never stop.
Okay.
Every day I do my Wing Chun in the morning.
Oh.
The wooden dummy. Yeah.
Wing Chun, is that Bruce Lee style?
That's
Yes.
that wooden dummy.
Yes,
I have
uh-huh.
one installed in my backyard. I just go and
Oh.
work that out. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a lot of close combat,
Yes.
direct strikes.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. I bet you didn't know
Yeah.
that I have a tiny bit of a martial arts background.
Oh.
Yeah, you didn't know that.
I didn't know that.
Have you ever done any tournaments?
A lot.
A lot
I've
of
done
tournaments.
a lot of tournaments.
Have you ever done Ed Parker's?
Yes. I know Ed Parker.
See, this is something you didn't know about me, and I didn't know
Wow.
about you.
Yeah.
But I fought in a few of Ed Parker's tournaments myself in the early '80s.
Yeah.
And I didn't know that about you, but I knew you were a master, so I figured, look, if you've been around martial arts for a long time, you're gonna know Ed Parker.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, you're gonna know Ed Parker, and especially if you're around SoCal, you're gonna know Ed Parker.
Yes.
And so you knew him well?
Yeah, I know him. When I got in Orange County, I was looking for a place to just continue doing it, and nobody will take me.
Wow.
Like I went to a different studio, I go, no, I mean, you're gonna come and do your thing, everybody's gonna say, oh, that's a better style. And so, but Ed Parker, you know, I got to know him, and he had a studio in Lake Forest. I
Right.
used to work out there. And
Ed
then-
Parker was Kenpo, right?
Yeah, Kempo.
Yeah, uh-huh.
Yeah. And then through him, I got to know Bob, which he
Okay.
was also in Lake Forest. So I was there, like a lot of training. I was training people, a lot of Marines.
Uh-huh.
Then I started teaching the government officials.
Oh, okay.
A lot of SWAT, and then I got a lot of contracts, Green Berets.
Wow.
I mean, yeah, that was my thing. Then,
They came to learn from you.
yeah,
All right.
we got trained the trainers.
What would you say? So I'm skipping over. So when you compete in these different tournaments, what categories did you compete in? Weapons, style, katas,
I did all of them.
or what, everything?
I did sparring, I
Okay.
did katas, I did a lot of weapons. Like I did one time a Kwandong song in a long-handed broadsword,
Oh, yeah.
which I'm so short, and those are like,
Yeah.
I did one, I got first place.
Man,
with that.
that's incredible.
Yeah, I did all of it.
Man,
Yeah.
that is incredible.
Yeah.
See, back then, it was some tough cats fighting, man.
Oh, yeah.
Some really. Joe Louis, I think, was the heavyweight champ. Bill Superfoot Wallace, Benny the Jet Urquidez. These guys were, like in my time, they were like
Top end.
yeah, they were tops. But then a little bit later, like guys like Billy Blanks, people know him from
Billy Blank, I know Billy Blank.
Taibo.
Yes.
But Billy Blanks was a hell of a fighter.
Yes.
He was a very good fighter
Yes.
in real life. They know him from Taibo, but he was really a tough dude. What weight did you fight?
I was 148.
Oh, okay.
And then when I met you guys for power, then I had to gain weight.
Yeah.
That's why.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I got a little higher.
Yeah.
But it was like 140s.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's some bad dudes around that weight class, man.
Oh yeah.
So I really enjoyed it, and I understand that you still practice to this day
Absolutely.
on a regular basis. What would you say, coming from a master? Now I never made it to master status, but what would you say is the most important element of martial arts training?
Extremely humble. We have 3 rules. One is that walk away, talk away, run away. Those are the first 3 rules.
Wow.
So I've been happened to me several times that people in my face cursing at me. I just look at them and say, okay, and just walk away. As long as they don't touch me, I'm okay. So that's one thing I learned, that aggression, people, they go through things in their life. That's why they have that aggression that comes out of them. But beyond that, they're probably very kind people. I just walk away. I don't really react to it at all.
People walk away, talk away, run away. Now, people are not going to understand how incredibly strong you have to be in order to do that. Incredibly strong, when I say incredibly strong, not so much physically, all that's part of it, but mentally. You have to be incredibly strong to walk away, talk away, run away from someone when you know that if you chose the other path, if you chose to, you could destroy them. But to walk away, talk away, run away, when you have that capability, requires incredible mental strength. How does one achieve that type of master level mental strength?
Well, as I said, because I've been doing it since I was a kid, and also my dad was, we would have dinner every night, and he always talked poetry, philosophy. So my real compassion is for poetry.
Oh.
I love poetry.
Uh-huh.
And actually I have written a couple of books.
Really?
Yes.
And the names of the books?
One is One Way, The Way.
Okay.
And then another one, Pathway to Success, something like that. I wrote 2 books for martial arts and 2 books for poetry.
Wow.
So I learned through philosophy and poetry that the life is about love and compassion. So whatever I do, all this strength, if it's physical, mental, emotional, is within me. The projection of that should apply to the other people to bring him into your circle.
Man.
So my dad taught me that. My dad taught me that. He would always tell me stories, but he was also an athlete.
Mm-hmm.
Very, very, very strong.
Wow.
And he would tell me that, oh, this thing happened, try to bring it to peace together, because it doesn't matter what happens when you fight. At the end, you're a loser.
Man.
You never want to fight.
Is that right?
So I just learned to, as much as I can, to just walk away and just try to bring him in my heart, you know.
Man,
Yeah.
what a philosophy. I hope there's some kids out there listening to that.
Yeah.
Walk away, talk away, run away
Yeah.
from the master who didn't have to do any of those things. Now, I know, now we talked a little bit about your background and where you come from. I know that everything could not have been rosy and wonderful all the time. I know there had to be some adversity, some hills to climb, some bumps in the road. Now that's what I want to hear about now. Some of the difficult times that caused you to have to persevere. You asked me when you first got here, you said, CT, what does ISYMFS stand for? And I said, it's stay your motherfucking set. And that means that no matter what's, and I learned this, my mother was not a cusser. She didn't use profanity whatsoever. And neither did my dad, really. But I had a whole bunch of other relatives that were expert cussers. So that's, you know, that's where I picked it up. That in the military is where I picked up my vocabulary from. I've been cussing since, you know, as far as I can remember, since I can talk. I've been saying bad words. But I watched my mother, Farid, I watched my mom, she was sick. Just about her entire adult life, she was sick until the day she passed away. She passed away at 63, 1 year older than I am now, few years, 3 years older than you are, and she passed away, but she was sick the whole time. But whenever you ask my mom, I don't care if she was in the hospital, near to death, how you doing, Mrs. Futcher? She always had one answer, I'm blessed. She would always say, I'm blessed. So I learned, you know, just like you learned from your dad, I learned from my mom. I learned from my mom, no matter what the circumstances, no matter what the situation is, I'm always blessed. I'm still alive, I'm blessed. So that helped me get through, you know, 5 flat lines and a heart transplant. That my mother's strength helped me get through that. Now, I know, like I said, I know it's been some bumps in the road, and I know your dad's teachers had to help you get through that, but I want to hear about those bumps.
I mean, a lot of bumps since childhood. As I said, when I was back home, military, revolution before that, which, you know, when you're young, you're a teenager, you think like, oh yeah, I'm gonna make a difference.
Yeah.
And I remember my dad, son, I have seen this. This is not about us, this they're doing for power. So I learned that soon after that. It was all a mistake. I survived through it, you know, but I'm lucky.
Yeah.
A lot of my friends, they lost their life. And then military was also difficult during the war. And then leaving was very difficult. Germany was very difficult because I had to go get visa every week to stay another week.
Wow.
Week by week. And finally I found that we get an attorney, get a school, all that. But I mean, I had a great time, but it was also a difficult time to survive. And then coming here, when I arrive, I mean, now I'm not that young, and I have to start, I feel like I have to rush, I have to become successful, and I have to find a life. How am I gonna find a wife, love of my life? I wanna have kids, this and that.
Yeah.
So it was a tough time, but I was fortunate that early on I found the love of my life. And
where?
Actually close by here, at the mental health hospital, Bellwood Health Center.
Yeah.
I started working there, and then she got hired as a clinical director, and then we just we hit it, you know, right from the beginning, and we became great friends in the beginning, very good friend.
Wow.
And then we fell in love, and you know, we got married and all that.
So you married your best friend?
Seriously,
all
that was
right.
the first time I told any woman that I loved them.
Man.
Yeah, I never said it before. So that was a good time, and then after I got married again, in just the beginning, very tough, surviving and having kids.
Yeah.
And then Y2K came, and then everything was good, and then 2003, 4, everything started going down again, you know. And but you keep pushing forward on a daily basis.
Yeah.
And in 2010, I started getting into kind of more addiction field, and I opened my own first sober living, and then second one and the third one.
Wow.
And then I decided that let's do residential drug and alcohol detox.
Man.
So in Laguna Beach, right across from 1,000 Steps.
Is that right?
I had 5 houses there.
Wow.
Yeah, oceanfront. So we did that till 2018. And then we also have outpatient for years and years.
Wow.
But in 2018, I sold all the residential business because it was just too much. It's like 24/7.
Yes, of course.
Know?
Yeah.
It's like all the time.
Yeah.
And so I sold that, and now I have just a outpatient, and we are very, very, very busy.
Wow.
And we have a waiting list. But now I'm in a place that I have people. I mean, I go to office. I don't do a whole lot. A little bit, just advice, this and that.
Not so much hands-on like it was before.
Exactly.
Yeah, I understand.
So, but it's working pretty good. But I have some other businesses. I also have a healthcare recruiting business.
Is that right?
Yeah, and also have some, rental property. So I'm just managing.
Wow.
But it's all fun.
Yeah.
I love to travel. Yeah.
Yeah, now it's fun.
Now it's fun.
But you had to work your ass off to get it.
Yes, long time.
And that's what people don't understand. A lot of times they see the end result. Oh wow, Farid's doing this, Farid's doing that, but they have no idea what it took for Farid to get there.
Absolutely.
They have no idea what he had to go through. They have no idea about being in the military, no idea about being in Germany, no idea about being in Iran during the conflict. They have no idea where Farid came from to get there. All they see is the end.
Yes.
They see the end, and oh man, I want to be just like you, Farid. But they don't want to go through.
Do it.
They don't want to pay the cost that you had to pay to get there.
Right.
They just they see the end, and what you accomplished now, and they want to be just like. I get it all the time for people. Oh, CT, I want to be just like you. I want to do exactly what you want to do. I want to yell at people and motivate people just like you do. But man, do you want to go through?
Exactly.
Do you want to take a trip in my shoes? Do you want to have, it was a whole lot of that.
Yes.
Before we got to here, it was a whole lot of, man, I mean, when I met you, I was living in a spare bedroom at my daughter's place. For a while I lived in, Arnie had a room there in his building. I lived in that spare room. I was walking everywhere I had to go. I spent a lot of time at the post office. But then when I started having my heart problems, post office let me go. Post office let me go. I mean, I got no retirement or anything after 28 years with them. I just, bam, you're out of here, dude. You're out of sick leave. You're on your own. I'm going from a middle class citizen, house, cars, to a bum practically overnight, man. So I'm walking the street like, what the hell am I going to do? I don't know what I'm going to do. And then, flatlining 5 times and heart transplants. And here I sit today because of the good Lord.
Absolutely.
And people say, "Oh, I want to do exactly." No, you don't. No, you don't. No, you don't want to do what I did. You want to do something else. But they see your success, and they want it just like that. A lot of young kids, they'll see you and they'll say, "Man, I want Farid. I want what Farid got, and I want it right now. I ain't got time to wait. He did it. I want to do it too." But it ain't that easy. It is not that easy. It's a journey. So if you had, man, we live in such a time that everybody is pointing fingers. It's your fault. It's your fault. It's your fault. It's your fault. Everybody's blaming each other for everything. Can't say anything. Everything's not politically correct. But if you had, I want peace. I love everybody, and I want everybody to love each other. But if you had any advice, one piece of advice, maybe two, that you could give to people to try to bring about peace, what would it be?
Well, it's all about it. See, I meditate every day, pretty much the last 50 years.
Wow.
So when I meditate in the morning and in the evening, I flush everything out. I don't hold on to any resentment, any negativity. Flush them all out, so the next day when you wake up, when you open your eyes, literally I tell these people, they ask me, how are you doing today? Go, I'm breathing, I'm doing fantastic. As long as I'm breathing, the rest is a bonus.
Oh
for me,
my God,
you know?
yes,
so
absolutely.
Be grateful with whatever you have. And then if you want a little bit more than that, then you have to work for it. And you have to work for it, and then you will capture it. But you have to do it. I don't know why anybody cannot do it. Anybody can do it. But you have to put your mind, your body to it. You have to be focused. You will reach it, whatever you want.
Absolutely.
And also not to be too much. Like for me, I think as long as I have a very simple life, comfortable, I don't have to be worried about tomorrow, I'm okay. Why do I need to have millions in there? What am I going to do with it?
Yeah, absolutely.
So whatever I have, I also share. If I can hold anybody's hand, if I can help, like in my business, we do sliding scale. So people that call in, they have no insurance, they don't have this. Okay, how much can you pay? I mean, I do as much as I can, the lowest price.
Right.
Like when I had my residentials, I do once a month, complete free, 30 days.
Man.
So, which is a lot.
That's incredible.
I would give every month to one for free.
Man.
Scholarship.
That is incredible.
I still do the same thing at the outpatient. So you have to, if you have a little bit, you can always give half of it away.
Yeah, absolutely.
And even in my eating, like anytime I eat lunch or dinner, I eat only half. Whatever I get, I eat half of it.
Man.
And half is enough. Because that other half, if somebody needs it, I can give it away.
Man, I hope you half is enough. The other half I can give away if somebody else needs it. Ooh wee! What a philosophy on life. What a powerful philosophy. A half is enough for me. The other half I can give away. It is an honor. I learned a whole lot of things that I didn't know about you. I already loved you, but now I love you even more. A master in martial arts and a master in life. My friend, Farid Tabrizy.
Thank you very much. I appreciate you. Love you always.
Well, thank you motherfuckers for watching CT Fletcher Motivation on YouTube. Like, subscribe, don't subscribe. I don't give a fuck either way. But what you do need to do is take your punk ass over to ctfletcher.com and buy something. Cause I fucking said so.